Doran Park Campground is a Sonoma County regional park in Bodega Bay, California. Doran Regional Park allows tents as well as trailers and RVs. They even have a campground loop, the Miwok Campground, that's only for tent campers. But if you're going to camp at Doran, you should know it is very windy there and a trickier place to go tent camping. They also allow trailers and RVs. The maximum trailer length is 44 feet. The sites have paved parking pads and they're fairly level. The campground is a dry campground. There are no hookups at Doran Regional Park. There is drinking water available though, and there is an RV water fill. There are spigots throughout the campground, and you can use them for drinking water or to fill up your RV tank. Doran Regional Park also does have a dump station. It does cost extra, but you could pay for it while you're checking in. The campsites at Doran do not offer a ton of privacy, and most of them aren't too large, but there are larger sites if you're in the Shell, Gull, and Cove campground areas. The Jetty campground sites are all much smaller and they don't have any privacy. So our favorite sites are always over in the Shell, Gull, and Cove loops. There's more trees over there, and so it's easier to get a little bit more privacy and a larger site. The sites include fire pits. They are tall metal fire pits. There are no bear boxes, and there are picnic tables. Doran does offer flush toilets. They also have showers available, and they have both trash and recycling available. As far as supplies go, there really are no supplies available at the campground, but there are some small stores in Bodega Bay that you can drive to in under 10 minutes. The internet there through our Verizon cell coverage was excellent. We had 240 megabytes per second down and over 2 up. There was no Wi-Fi available, which wasn't a problem since there was good cell coverage. The most common trees around this campground are Monterey pine and Monterey cypress. Some of the animals that you might see here are deer, rabbits, foxes, bobcats, skunks. We normally just see several different types of birds. There are also snowy plovers around, and there are some fenced off areas to protect areas where they nest. There's also a chance of seeing crabs in the tide pools or seals and sea lions in the water. Now, I did want to mention the weather at this campground. We've gone to Doran several times, and no matter what time of year we go, there is always wind. It is a very windy campground. We always still have a great time, but it is important to note that you should expect wind. So sometimes cooking outside is difficult here. Sometimes the beach is difficult because there's so much sand going right into your face. As we mentioned earlier, setting up tents can be really difficult with this much wind. We've never had an entire trip there with no wind, but we sometimes will have an evening or even the majority of a day where there's less wind and it's a really, really ideal weather out there. But for the most part, just expect it to be windy because it probably will be. Okay, now let's talk about the activities that you could do at Doran Regional Park. The first is going to the beach. Doran Beach is more protected than most of the other beaches in that area, and that makes it a really fun place for the kids. They can chase waves, fly kites, and play in the sand. The beach is also dog-friendly, and it stretches the length of the campground, so it's really easy to walk to the beach from any campsite. It's right there. So on one side of the campground is the beach. But on the other side of the campground is the Bodega Harbor, and the Bodega Harbor is another fun activity. During low tide on the Bodega Harbor side, you can explore and find crabs and other sea life. There is also an off-leash dog run area. So on the Bodega Harbor side, you can find an off-leash dog run. It's a designated area near the boat launch for dogs to be able to run around on the sand. Another activity is you could go kayaking or take a boat out. There's a boat launch area, which makes it really easy to put a kayak into the harbor. You can also go hiking. There's a 2-mile dog-friendly trail along the beach. And if that's not enough, nearby there's also Chancellor Ranch, which offers a few more dog-friendly trails. And it's only a few minutes away. And then another fun thing to do is go out to the town of Bodega Bay. This campground is in Bodega Bay, which is a really fun town to explore. There's lots of different restaurants and shopping. You can get yourself some delicious saltwater taffy or go have some seafood at the tides. As of this recording, the current cost to stay at Doran Regional Park is $39 per night. If you're interested in knowing what our favorite sites are at the campground, we have all of that information in our blog. To see that full article, just click the link in the video description. I hope this helped give you a better idea if camping at Doran would be a good fit for you and your family. If it did, please subscribe. Thanks and happy camping.